Measuring in metric units. This is not the first time that we've talked about this. We've talked about this already in math before when we worked on those review sheets. We've also talked about it briefly with science, specifically today. But measuring in metric units, they give us they kind of break it down for us this way. If we're thinking about measuring in length, any of these are prefixes. They go before your main units of measure. Meter is your main unit of measure for length. A meter is about 3 feet. It's about a yard, it's about 3 feet. Okay? Now, you can also have kilometer, which is like 6/10 of a mile. It's less than a mile. It's a little over half a mile. But that's comparable. So you could use kilometer. You could use meter. They also use centimeter, which if you had a ruler, a lot of the times you got centimeters and millimeters on there. And they give you some ideas. A millimeter is about the thickness of a dime. Okay? So a millimeter is very small by comparison. Centimeter, about the width of your little finger. How many millimeters give you 1 centimeter? 10. So 10 of the little millimeters give you 1 centimeter. A meter, about the distance from the doorknob to the floor, like I said before, about 3 feet, about a yard. Kilometer, about the length of 11 football fields. I don't know how much that helps you, but that's the suggestion they gave. Okay? That's for length. For capacity, that's how much something holds. A lot of the times you're talking about liquids. So they could use the liter, which is if you buy your soda in a 2-liter bottle. You can even buy the liter bottles with the big mouth on it, right? As if drinking a liter of soda isn't enough. Okay. And then you can also, milliliter is another one. If you even had like a can of soda, or if you had a can of V8, or if you had even a water bottle, a lot of the times they'll tell you the ounces, and then in parentheses afterwards they'll tell you how many milliliters. I think a standard 12-ounce can is like 354 milliliters. You can check that if you want, but just to give you an idea. It's like almost like a dropper. Okay. The example they gave is a small spoon holds about 5 milliliters. So, and then a liter, more than a quart. You have to know how much a quart is. But you equate it to soda, then you all know what's going on. Mass. The main unit of measure for mass is the gram, but you have kilogram, which, if you were using the metric system, is comparable to the pound, okay? The mass of a bunch of bananas, okay? You've got gram, and you've got milligram, okay? Gram, about the mass of a paperclip. Milligram, mass of a mosquito. Again, still pretty small, but gram is going to give you a little bit more than a milligram. Milligrams, you hardly feel it, okay? So just an idea of what those things are. Why do they have all the other ones? Why do they have hecto, deca, deci? Hello? Okay, I will do that, and I'll send him down if... Don't we just send him down with his lunch? Okay. Sounds good. Keith, you need to bring your lunch down to 2nd grade. Your sister thinks that you have her lunch or part of her lunch. Did you steal your sister's lunch? Huh? Then you need to go down there and straighten it out with her, because I don't know how I became the lunch lady. Have some more sloppy Joe.
Who said you gotta be a lady?
Didn't you ever see Billy Madison? Did you ever see Billy Madison? Who's in it? You're lying to me. All right, so anyway, they've got some examples. and they will ask you certain questions like the length of this book. Using those lengths that they have, what would you use to measure the length of the book? What's the most appropriate unit to measure? Centimeters. Very good, Joe. How about the mass of a CD? Kilograms, grams, or milligrams for a CD? Brandon? Probably grams. I mean, you can actually feel a CD, right? The next one, the mass of a pumpkin seed. Just one seed? Probably milligrams, right? The capacity of a watering can. Can you water your flowers? Liters. The capacity of a test tube. Really? Milliliters, very good. And the thickness of a birthday card. A standard one, not one of those that plays music. Caleb. Maybe even millimeters, yeah. Okay. All right. Choose a reasonable estimate. Capacity of a small bottle. 250 milliliters, 250 liters, or 250 kiloliters. Capacity of a small bottle. 250 milliliters, liters, or kiloliters. Milliliters. Height of an oak tree. All right, 22 centimeters, 22 meters, 22 kilometers. Meters, yes. Mass of an adult bullfrog. A half a milligram, half a gram, or half a kilogram. Half a kilogram, right. You usually see a bullfrog, right? Those are big ones. And width of a freckle.
Millimeters.
4 millimeters, 4 centimeters, or 4 meters. 4 millimeters? You still better get that thing checked out. That's still a pretty big freckle. Make sure it's not like a melanoma or something. Cancerous. All right, any questions on just the basics with what these are, what they mean? Awesome. Now, conversion. Conversion. This here is our conversion chart. You have seen it before if you've had me for math class. And it works pretty simply if you know how to count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and you know your left from your right. Then you should be okay. All right? So we're going to change 789 milliliters to liters. Okay? Since it's all base 10, it's all a matter of either multiplying by base 10 or dividing by base 10. In either case, it's just a matter of moving the decimal. So we use this chart as just as a guide for us, as a tool to help us figure out what it is. So ml, what do you suppose that is? Well, the second letter is always going to be your standard unit of measure. These are all your standard ones, okay? The letter in front of it's going to be your abbreviation, your prefix, if you will. So milliliter is all the way here, ml, milliliter. So that's where you're going to put your finger, and you're going to say, all right, for me to get from milliliter to just liter, which is in the middle, 1, 2, 3 places to the left. What do I do with 3 places to the left, Willie? Where is the decimal in 789? It's right here. If it's not actually visible, it's always at the end. So I'm going to move that 1, 2, 3 places to the left. Now where is it? And that's your answer. You move the decimal the number of places in the same direction that you move on your chart. 459 centimeters to meters. Okay. So again, cm, m is the second letter. That's going to be your base unit. You know where centimeters would be, okay? Here's centimeters. And then I need to go 2 places to the left to get to regular meters. No decimal visible, so I need to put it there. 1, 2 to the left makes it 0.59. Try that one. 324 grams, because that's what we know. I know how many grams I have. It tells me right here. So I start at G, grams. I need to get to kilograms, kilo-G, right? 1, 2, 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3 to the left makes it now 0.324. Any questions? I'll do a couple more. Yeah, let's try. Why not? We got some time. You have 12. You have 12 more minutes till you gotta go to social studies. Now that's being recorded. Mr. O'Connor went on there. He'd know how you feel about social studies. Whoops, shouldn't be kilometers. Kilograms to grams. We know kilograms, right? We'll start all the way over here at kilograms. To get from kilograms to grams, we take Little Red Riding Hood on her journey and we say, okay, Grandma's house is 1, 2, 3 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, puts the decimal there. What needs to go in those spaces? So it should be 900, correct? Okay, you got to fill in with zeros if you go past what you already have. And then here, the only thing different about this is they give you what you know after the equal sign. It doesn't make any difference. You still go about it the same way. You always start with what you know, K-N-O-W. And we know that we have 90 milliliters. So here we are, milliliters to liters. 1, 2, 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3 places to the left. 0.09. Could you have 0.090? Sure you could. Okay. I'm going to leave that chart up there. I'm going to write down worksheet 1-4, numbers 1 through 13.